Okay, so back to what I was saying a minute ago. My friend called me. Like, seriously though, your whole outlook on life changes. Like, you go from, you know, a happy-go-lucky person whose biggest concern was grades or boys or who's going to get the best parking spot or something like that, you know, something like little that you know, you're a teenager, you know, you're supposed to worry about that kind of stuff, to how can I avoid being touched, how can I hide my scars, how can I hide my razor blade, how can I hide my cuts, my scars, you know, how do I do that? And, you know, what people don't realize, sorry, I yawned. What people don't realize when they start self-harming, and it's something I had to find out the hard way, is that people don't really care, okay? Like your friends and family care, you know, like that, those people care, but like most people, they look at you and they're like, you do that to yourself? Like, oh my god, you're such a freak. You're so retarded. You need to be put in a hospital and you need to get help. Like, and you know, you get all that condescending, yeah. You get all that from everybody who doesn't understand that the words that they're saying to you now, you need a help, you're a freak, that's just going to turn into another scar, another cut, another burn, another meal skipped. You know, it could turn into anything. And one thing that I like remember very vividly from when I was self-harming daily was I literally like quit talking to people. Like, my friends and I quit talking after like a couple months. Like, these are people that I've known for like years, that I've been friends with for years, that I just started like avoiding. I didn't want to have any contact with people. And like every time somebody would talk to me, like I would be like, what, do they really mean it? Were they being sarcastic? Like, do they really think that? You know, like I almost got a little bit paranoid every time I like had contact with someone. And that's like not a good place to be in. Like literally you avoid contact with everyone. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be your boyfriend, it could be your best friend since you were in elementary school, but you quit talking. You just avoid them at all costs. I mean, like, you change everything about yourself, and your world revolves around self-harm. And it revolves around, for me anyway, it revolves around, you know, a little silver blade, you know? And, like, literally, you change everything. Like, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. You can't even understand unless you've been there, or you are there right now. Like, you know, you're like, oh yeah, you know, okay, they have to buy a new wardrobe, okay, big deal, whatever. No, it goes so much more than that. Like, you change everything about yourself. You change the way you speak to people. Like, I used to be this, like, really outgoing person, like, let's go do something. Like, come on, let's go, guys. Let's go, come on. Let's go out and have fun. Oh, look, he's cute. Hey, what's your name? You know, and I don't do that anymore. I'm like, no, guys, I'm just gonna stay in tonight. I'm just gonna read. I just want to be by myself. To, you know, like invisible almost. Like, a lot of people in my school, like, when when I started self-harming, like, they seriously, like, started asking my friends, what's happened to her? Where'd she go? We don't see her anymore. Like, I literally changed everything from the way that I talk to people, my wardrobe, the way I walk to class, everything about what I did around people changed because I self-harm. And you can't understand how, what's the word I'm looking for? How devastating that can be to you. Like, you think every little thing is your fault. And it goes from 1 cut to 100. From just little nicks that barely draw any blood to cuts that need stitches. It literally changes your entire life. And it's not something that you can just pick up. Like, it's not like a game of solitaire, you know, that you can save on your computer. You can start it up anytime you want to. You literally get sucked in. And it's like this big bottomless pit. You get stuck. And you start spiraling down. And there's not really a way out. You can have not self-harmed for years. But that doesn't mean that you don't think about it. You think about it all the time. You crave it. You have to fight a monster on a daily basis because you picked up a razor blade in 8th grade. You skipped a meal in 7th grade. You burned yourself with a lighter in 8th grade. I mean, you literally get sucked into this big, like, I can only contribute it to like a whirlpool or a black hole. Once you get sucked in and it's got you in its grasp, you can never get out. You're stuck. And, you know, people are like, you just need to stop. You have to stop. You can't do that. You have to make yourself stop. But it's not that simple. I mean, yeah, you're like, okay, I'll quit. And maybe you can go a couple of days, a week, a month, 2 months without picking your razor blade up. But you still think about it. And then something happens, and you go back to it. You fight a constant battle to keep that monster at bay. And sometimes you lose. And, you know, the way I look at it, being in college, is I get up every morning and I tell myself, you're gonna get through the day, no matter what. When 11:30, midnight, whatever time I end up going to bed, rolls around, you are going to get up tomorrow. You are going to make it through the day, no matter how bad it gets, no matter what happens. You are going to get through the day. And there are some days when I'm so depressed, I don't even want to get out of bed. Like, I literally, it takes me 30 minutes to get up the strength some mornings to get out of bed. And you don't understand what that's like. Being in college, being 18. I don't have a boyfriend because of my self-harm. I don't have a social life outside of my closest friends because of my self-harm. I push people away because of my self-harm. I don't trust people because of my self-harm. I don't let anyone see the monster inside me. I don't let anyone see that, yeah, I'm gonna come up to you and you're gonna see me and I'm gonna be, smiling or, at least, carefree. I don't let you see the dark side. I don't let you see that some nights when I come back to my dorm room, I take a shower and cry. I don't let you see that sometimes crying isn't enough. Sometimes I cut again, and sometimes, especially when I'm alone and it's been a bad day, if cutting doesn't help, I think about suicide. But one thing that always stops me is I get on YouTube and I log into my channel and I go and I watch my videos. I watch my videos of me and my horse, me and my friends, and think, what would happen if I left? Where would they be? But you can't understand how much self-harm takes from you, how much it destroys until you've been there. There's nothing in the world that I want more than to go back to 8th grade and tell myself, don't do it. Don't make that first cut. Because all you're going to do is screw everything else up. Don't make that first cut. It really could be your last.